All right, let's jump right in. Today, we're going to talk about a really powerful concept. What happens when you take AI and use it to completely transform customer support? We're going to visualize this journey from, a department that's just drowning in stress and costs to a streamlined engine for growth. Let's see how it all works.
So let's kick things off with a question that, well, it might sting a little. Is your customer support actually working against you? It's a crazy thought, right? But for so many businesses, it's true. Instead of helping, it becomes this source of friction, frustrating your customers and just draining money, when it should be one of your biggest assets. To really get why this new approach is such a game changer, we have to understand the problem. So let's start by painting the before picture, looking at the very real and often hidden price of doing everything the old-fashioned manual way. I want you to just picture this scene for a second, a totally chaotic workspace. Phones are just ringing off the hook, the email inbox has thousands of unreads, and your team is just scrambling to tread water. It's completely reactive. The team's always playing defense, and that chaos, it has a very, very real cost. And this really breaks down all the damage that chaos does. You've got the obvious stuff, like high operational costs just to pay everyone. But then there's the stuff you don't always see. In that rush, golden sales leads just slip through the cracks. The whole slow process makes customers angry. And maybe the biggest problem of all, everything just stops when you close for the day. So, how in the world do you break that cycle? Well, you bring in an agent of change. And this is where our hero comes in, the AI automation engine. It's the tool that's built to bring order and, frankly, intelligence to all of that madness. Okay, so what is this engine exactly? Well, at its heart, it's an intelligent AI chatbot. And that word intelligent is everything. This isn't your basic, we'll get back to you auto reply. No. This is a system that's smart enough to actually handle complex conversations 24/7 on any channel you've got. Think of it like this. It's a central command center for every single message that comes in. It doesn't matter if it's from your website, WhatsApp message, or an old school email. It all gets funneled into one smart system. No more jumping between 5 different windows. Everything is organized, everything is managed, all in one spot. And this slide just captures the entire transformation perfectly. I mean, look at the difference. Slow becomes instantaneous. Human error becomes super accurate. Being limited to business hours becomes being on 24/7. And that high overhead, it becomes incredibly cost-effective. It's a night and day difference. So, all of this adds up to a completely new reality for the business. This is the after state. This is where the potential of AI becomes the new normal. Remember that chaotic, messy office we pictured at the beginning? Yeah, that's gone. In its place, you've got a clean, streamlined, almost futuristic workspace. The AI is handling all that frontline noise, which frees up the human team to focus on the big stuff, the high-value work in a calm, efficient space. Now, a calm office is great, but let's talk about the bottom line, because that's where things get really exciting. Let's look at the hard data, the undeniable proof that this whole thing actually works. First up, get this, 85% lead qualification accuracy. That is a huge number. It means the AI isn't just answering questions, it's smart enough to figure out who the really promising customers are. So your sales team gets these high-quality, pre-vetted leads dropped right in their lap. Talk about a boost in efficiency. And it doesn't stop there. Next, the system is driving over 40 bookings every single day. This is a direct payoff. It's not just talking, it's converting interest into actual appointments, actual business opportunities, automatically, day and night. So, what does all this do to the budget? Well, this chart tells the entire story, doesn't it? That huge bar on the left, those are the bloated costs of the old manual system. Now compare that to the little bar on the right. That's the cost after the AI takes over. It's a completely different financial picture. And to put a real number on it, we're talking about a total monthly savings of somewhere between $8,000 and $15,000 every month. That's not a small adjustment. That's a massive shift that frees up serious cash you can pour back into growing the business. Look, this whole story, it's not really about one specific chatbot. It's about a fundamental shift in how businesses can work. And this is why it matters to you. It proves that automation isn't some nice-to-have luxury anymore. It's becoming an essential tool to stay competitive. I love this quote because it just nails it. turning the noise of customer inquiries into the signal of business growth. The noise is that endless flood of messages you get. The AI is the filter that finds the signal, the real opportunities, the qualified leads that are hidden inside all that noise.
And that brings us to the final thought here. This technology isn't science fiction anymore. It's here, it's powerful, it's accessible. So the real question it leaves us with is right there on the screen. Looking at your own world, your own business, what process could you automate tomorrow?